If you want this truck, subscribe to win it. Once we hit 10,000, I'm going to pick one lucky winner to receive this vehicle. After that, we're going to continue to give away vehicles and more products. So please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and we'll get to the fun.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so that's interesting. Not really sure. This color just kind of looks like an off-white. It's supposed to be silver. It is marked on the box that it is silver, but I don't think it's silver. As per the company's coloring, this is silver. That's not silver. In fact, this is not even metallic at all. So that's interesting. So the differences between that and this. So obviously, the first thing to notice is that this is more like the new Injora design for the lay-down servo mount, as you can see here. This one doesn't have that. I still have a standing servo in that. I have portals on this one. This one is a straight axle with a diamond pumpkin. It has a lay-down servo. It's got an interior, which is I thought was really cool. And yeah. So it also has all the bent high clearance links on it. We should probably expect that this is not going to have crawler reverse. I'm okay with that. This was actually, I think, the cheapest one that I've bought yet. It was, I believe, $82. So not expensive at all. Of course, it came with the same tires as we have been getting. So I have a lot of these tires now. Friction shocks, not the best shocks, but I mean, you know, they are what they are. It's a relatively cheap model, and most people usually upgrade those anyway. So I'm not really going to complain about that too much. We do have a place for our battery to sit in the back here. Now this looks like it's sitting quite high. If I change out the ESC, which I probably will do with this one, I might see if I can change the battery location. Usually I have the battery in the back and the ESC somewhere else. But we'll see. It's a cool little unit. On the top you see you have the more Capra style air ducting. And then I thought the hood on this one was actually really nice. A lot different from the other ones that you see online. But other than that, the frames are similar. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. This being the older style that Injora has with the boat side on it. And then they came out with this newer one. I don't know if this is exactly the same. I'd have to go online and check. I will put up a picture of that when I get some editing done. But that's the underside of the vehicle. All plastic, obviously. So yeah, not too bad. 86 bucks, you got yourself a little rock buggy. I wonder how she performs. So my tarantula weighs without the battery. This one, if I can get the battery out. Okay, so that battery is not easy to get out. They actually have it velcroed into the bottom, and that is a very tight squeeze to get it out through the back here. So I might get rid of that velcro system there. But let's see what we got here. All right. $354 grams. So this is 400 grams lighter than this one. Obviously this one has a lot of metal and brass on it, as you can see on the underside. Brass axles, brass links, and stainless steel drive shafts, plus brass. So this is a lightweight contender. So we'll see how she does. So although the battery does almost add 50 grams, this Jeep, which is still pretty much stock, I don't think I did too much to it other than wheels and tires, and I did put some stainless steel on there. Other than that, it's pretty much bare bones. But this is 620, so the body and all the fender work and all that stuff still adds a lot of weight to it. And this one also still has the battery in it as well. I'm just seeing through the window. So let's take a look there. Oh, yeah. So it's still running a stock system with a stock battery. So the only thing we changed on that was actually, I think we put overdrive into this one, or underdrive, I can't remember. But yeah, so there's no brass on there. That's just straight up regular aluminum and tires. So that's the difference. We've got 620 to like 397. So that's quite a bit there. That's like 225 grams. Another thing to note is the rear shocks feel definitely a lot stiffer than the front. And I can see that they've got a thicker spring rate on the rear as they do from the front there. So a little bit thicker. So that's pretty interesting. This does set a little high. I built mine to be a much lower unit. So a lot of people don't build these because they're quite high, but I altered a lot of things to make mine sit lower. Like here you can see I've cut the framework, and then I flipped where the shock mounting was. And actually on this model, the shock hoops are on the top of the frame, not on the bottom. The interesting thing is with this one, I might be able to put in a bracket and then have it stick up higher and get those shocks to mount lower. And then I did the same thing with the rear. As you can see there's another bracket there. So in total stance of the vehicle, you can see here it sits a lot lower. I'd say probably almost a millimeter or a centimeter lower. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. Yeah, a fair amount lower anyway. I'd say about pinky's worth. Close to it. I never did find that part of the drive shaft, and it looked like it had just fallen down, but it is gone. Anyway, so let's try this on some of the obstacles that we were doing and see what we can come up with here. Not expecting too much, as the truck is really quite light. So we're not going to get much of any tire conforming at all. It'll be solely the work of the tread. More of a bouncer than it is a crawler at that point. Whoa! All right, now I got two hands to drive. There we go. And we'll try from the other side of the platform here. Easy. So this truck will perform once upgraded for sure. And luckily for us, I have such upgrades in the shop. We just had some brass come in for the axles, and I have some brass tires and brass wheels and tires to put on it. No shocks yet, but we will see what happens and what the difference will be once we upgrade the truck a little bit. We also have some links, which will be nice. So the idea was, when I bought this, I was going to do a super budget build with El Cheapo parts from AliExpress, and see what we could make out of her and how much it was going to cost. So the base cost of the vehicle right now was about $80, $82 or something like that. I'll post up what that was, and then what all the other parts were. I did buy some of that stuff in bulk to lower the price a little bit, but it's only going to be probably about $20 cheaper overall. So final thoughts on it. Decent platform, but definitely needs upgrades in order for it to be any use. As a rock crawler, not very good. Maybe as a little trail buggy. You will need to replace the tires and add weight to it. Shocks. ESC is really preference on how you want it to work, but it has potential, definitely. And I really like the fact that it comes with a lay down servo mount on this one, which is quite handy. But I'll probably give this one a little bit less, because I did find the other trucks did perform better as a stock variation. So I'd give this one a 7.5 out of 10. And I'd like to say this was the last one I'm going to buy, the JRC, or the Jjrc, but I have one more coming. And we're going to review that one as well. All right, guys. Until next time!
I forgot.